What's going on YouTube? It's Maffu here, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. I took yesterday off. I was planning on doing a live stream of posting videos. I ended up spending the whole day with family and friends. A super nice dinner, and hey, we're back into the content. We're taking a look at water camp today. Now, a little bit about water camp. Water camp does have the lowest power and the lowest KP out of our whole KVK, and I just want to preface this as a disclaimer. I'm not going to be mean or rude to anyone, but I will be honest. So we're going to take a look at water camp. Obviously, we know this is not really fair matchmaking. At the end of the day, water camp probably should have been stronger kingdoms. I don't know why matchmaking was this way. The only guess I have for matchmaking is that Lilith was trying to balance both KVKs to be similar strength, because they put the 3rd and 4th seed in the other bracket instead of having all the top kingdoms in the same bracket. I have no clue what's happening. I know there's obviously a lot of things that go into matchmaking, whether it's activity, spending, power, KP, recent KVK performance. I think there's a lot of stuff that goes into matchmaking, and maybe these camps in water camp, or these kingdoms in water camp, did good last KVK, or did really good last KVK, and they ended up winning, or this and that. I have no clue. But yeah, if you haven't seen the win camp video, I posted that yesterday, or 2 days ago. Today we're checking out water camp, kingdom 3766, 3744, 3761, and 3746. Tomorrow will be Earth Camp, and last will be Fire Camp. I'll also be posting some shorts on our Zenith leaderboards and our pre-KVK leaderboards if you're interested in that. Or you can pull up to the live stream tonight. Alright, with that being said, let's check out 3766. 3766 has just under 10 billion power and 68 billion KP. Take a look at the main alliance here. We have the Rise of Legends, led by Dinder, the king. Dinder, ooh, very strong account with the Zenith skin, 93 million power, 1.4 billion KP, very strong start, very strong account. Next up we have LA Ninja here, 100 million power, 1.6 billion KP, so far so good. This is the strongest kingdom in water camp, and they are showing it. Very, very strong accounts here. We obviously have Sebek next with 73 million power, 1.3 billion kill points. And look at the IDs on all these accounts. They are very, very young accounts. We got Thunder, 66 million power, 2.5 billion KP, 190 ID. Very young account. Very, very strong account. We have Anomaly here, 55 million power, 1 billion KP. I wonder if Anomaly runs 1 March T5. They do have some Archer commanders here. This KP is very good for the power is what I'm trying to say. So I wonder if they run a QSH. Who knows? We have Witch here, 53 million power, 600 million kill points. Very, very good. 195 ID. We have a Yuki, 51 million power, 395 million kill points. Very, very strong. 198 ID. I would say that kill points is good for that power, for that ID. We have Kaz here, 48 million power, 258 million kill points. This I would like to see to be up to 300 mil. I will still say this is very good. Next up we have Chewy here, 45 million power, 300 mil, nice. We have Cerberus, we have 44 million power, 115 million kill points. I would say this is a little bit lower, but obviously things will change this KVK. They haven't played KVK 4 yet. We have Haba with 42 million power, 800 million kill points. This is very good kill points for that power. This guy's obviously a T4, and he's still rocking 800 mil kill points. Very, very good. We have Saisuro, 41 million power, 300 million kill points, 190 ID. I would say this kill points is a little bit low for 190. I believe he's played 4 or 5 KVKs at this point. Probably 5 KVKs, and this will be his 6th. Maybe hit 400, 500 mil, and that would be a good point. But we'll see what happens this KVK. He'll get a lot of fighting in Zone 5 if Water Camp decides to fight. That is one thing I saw in Lost Kingdom chat, is that Water Camp did not want to fight us in Zone 5 for some reason. Even though it is a good opportunity to drain us, we don't have infinite resources or speed ups. We do have more than Water Camp, but we will have to fight Water Camp and Earth Camp. And then in Pass 7, we'll have to fight all 3 camps. In Kingsland, we'll have to fight all 3 camps. I don't know. Obviously, it's their decision to choose if they want to fight us or not. But I feel like it would be good to fight us. Let's check out Right Sin here. We have 85. Oh, wow. 85 million power, 3.5 billion KP. Okay, that makes sense. That's a sleeper account. Very, very strong. 3 Autarchs. Very, very strong. That's going to be a good account on the field here. Might be main garrison or rally for them. We have Nalu here with 79 million power, 2.5 billion kill points. Very, very strong. Younger account than mine. So they are definitely cooking here. And I like how they did this little profile banner. They have like a wave picture, and it looks like the whale is going and flipping up on the wave. Kind of cool. We have Anonymous here with 76 million power, 1 billion kill points. Very good. Congrats on the bill. We have Anya. We have Anya here, 71 million power, 359 million kill points. Definitely on the lower side for 186 ID. If you guys know, this is my ID. Basically, same account age. They might have probably made their account in 3585, around that account range, maybe 3586. I would expect to hit a billion by now. Obviously, they did get an autark, so congrats to them. They must have won their KVK. We'll see how things change this KVK. They'll have a lot of fighting, a lot of opportunities to gain KP. Hey, they have the power and probably commanders to gain a lot of KP. I see Q Sage, Huo, Bai Chi. So we'll see what happens. We have Jinx here, 69 million power, 634 million kill points. Very young account. I would say this is great KP for power. We have Moza here, 69 million power, 894 million kill points. This is a sleeper account. Interesting sleeper account. Obviously, not great stats. If I had to guess, this account was probably purchased right before this KVK, for this KVK in particular, and maybe the previous owner didn't have a lot of KP, so it's probably a pretty cheap account. This account could still go crazy on the field. You can't take into account current KP for sleeper accounts like this because the previous owner is not the current owner. So we'll see what happens with these accounts. There's a lot of sleepers like that in this KVK, which have pretty low KP for a sleeper account, which could go crazy. So all these old accounts have a lot of gear and marches, so hey, you never know. 67 million power from Landtac here, 1 billion kill points. Very, very good. Congrats, bro. I like it. I like it. Pretty similar account ID to mine. We have Alter here, 66 million power, 243 million kill points, 198 ID. Very young account. I would still say this KP is a little bit low by KVK 4, maybe looking at 400 mil KP, but not bad. We have La Pojbania here, 66 million power, 824 million kill points, 195 ID. I mean, these are strong accounts, guys. These are strong accounts. Lots of strong accounts here. I don't really know why their KP is so low. I'm guessing the lower you go in the list, the lower the KP is. There's probably not that many super strong main accounts, is my guess. But from what I've seen, fighters look very good. There's a lot of players. Okay, this KP is a little bit low as well, but there's a lot of fighters with decent KP. We got Wolfie here, 64 million power, 1.2 billion kill points. Like, these are very, very strong accounts and will definitely do some damage on the field. Also, I'm going to quickly scroll past these people. No offense to anyone, I can't check out every single account or this video will be like 3 hours long. Hey, if I missed you guys, I apologize. Drop into the live stream and just say your account ID and I'll pull it up and we can take a look. But very, very strong kingdom so far. Let's take a look at the R1s, which I did take a preview at. We got Arrow here with 70 million power, 1.4 billion kill points. Another sleeper account with 1 autark. Not bad. Definitely on the lower side for KP for a sleeper account. He's also missing a commander in his commander view. So he has 1 March available, and then he probably has multiple, so he's got to throw someone in there. But not bad so far. Arrow definitely can change a lot this KVK. We have Argao here, 67 million power, 1.6 billion kill points, younger account than mine. Probably repeated a couple KVKs here. And we got Sun here with 62 million power, 500 million kill points, 190 ID. I would say this is not bad KP for the power. And we have Ryan Farmer here, 62 million power, 1.3 billion KP. Congrats on the 1 billion. 185 ID. Pretty similar to mine. I would say this is a good KP. We have Tom here, 61 million power, 634 million kill points, 190 ID. I would say this is good KP as well. 59 million power, 1.2 billion KP. Also very good KP. I mean, if you think about it, I have 2 billion power or 2 billion kill points with 70 million power with a 186 ID. So I'm kind of comparing these accounts to my own account's progress. That's how I'm dictating whether they're doing good or not. And hey, a lot of these people are doing good. 58 million power, 800 million kill points. Not bad. 186 ID. I would say this should be around a billion, but pretty close so far. Only 200 million off. And I feel like that's going to be it for 66. Obviously, there's a lot of accounts here that we can look through. I'm sorry for missing you guys, but we're going to go check out the second kingdom in Water Camp. There's 4 kingdoms, so we got to quickly pick up the pace here and move on to the next one. There's a lot of accounts here. They look to be pretty strong though. Surprisingly strong from all the accounts I saw. Now I do see some weaker accounts at the bottom. Some 20 mils, some 30 mils, some 40 mils. These accounts would struggle on the field against us, but these top accounts that I just recently looked at would do good on us, do good against us. So at the end of the day, it comes down to activity and showing up on the field. So we'll see what happens in Zone 5, Pass 7, Altars, Kingsland. We'll see. Taking a look at the next kingdom, we got 3744 here. I'm also in Water Camp, and they have 7 billion power, the lowest power out of every single kingdom that we're looking at today, and 49 billion KP, which I actually think is pretty good power for, or pretty good KP for the power. We'll take a look here. Very, very weird that this kingdom got put into our KVK. Obviously yesterday we looked at the kingdom with the lowest KP, and it had 10 billion power. So this is a 7 billion, and it's pretty much double what the Windcamp Kingdom had. We got Lightning Toes. Interesting name. Very interesting name. But we got Love Carl. Ooh, wow. Love Carl. 84 million power. 4.6 billion KP. Very, 191 ID. I thought this was a sleeper account. This is not a sleeper account. Native account. Very, very strong from Love Carl here. I'm guessing he's the main rally garrison for their kingdom. But probably the strongest account in their kingdom if I had to guess. Just based off that KP in native. That is crazy. You guys don't understand how strong an account that you have to be to do that. So we had 65 million power, 861 million kill points, 191 ID again, and also very strong. We have Xeno here, 63 million power, 821 million kill points, very, very strong. 189 ID. I kind of feel like if you're under 190, you should be nearing in on a billion if you're T5. 63 million power means you have at least 1 or 2 T5 marches. I feel like you can get to a billion off that. Oh, we can see here, Luce by, we have a Gorgo. QSH here, of course. Very, very strong account. Hera, Gorgo. That's going to be a pretty good garrison. I don't know what gear he has, obviously, but very, very solid. That is one of the garrison mains, I guess. So we have Love Silver here. 62 million power, 603 million kill points, 197 ID here. That is very, very good for 197. That is a young account. We have Lovey Pop 2, 61 million power, 336 million kill points. I would say that's pretty close to perfect for this ID. Maybe nearing up to 400 mil kill points. Lovey Pop 2, really weird profile picture. I'm going to click off of that. We have My Love Flow here, 52 million power, 500 million kill points, 193 ID. Not bad. I would say this is a pretty good KP for that ID. We have Love Double here, 52 million power, 436 million KP. I would say that's good for that ID and power. We have Love Cherry here, 50 million power, 900 million KP. Very, very strong account here. 191 ID. We have Bashful here, 42 million power, 400 million KP, 193 ID. Very, very solid. And a mini silver, so that's like a farm account. Taking a look at the R3. Starting off with a 100 mil account. I can't read the name, but 101 million power, 142 million kill points. Now, this is a little bit disappointing to see. Obviously, this is a strong account. It doesn't get played on the field much. A very, very native account, 197 ID. But if you're 100 million power, this account could have easily a 1 billion to 2 billion KP from the 3 KVK it's played. I don't know what sort of meta marches it has. I don't know if it's been active or not. I mean, looking at the autark, it hasn't really been super active. And that is a depressingly low dead count for 3 KVKs. So, I mean, anything can change in 1 KVK for sure. But from the stats, this is a little bit disappointing. It does look like kind of a farm account, but it's not even being used as a filler. Rarely on the field, 120 defeats. Not amazing stats here. The one thing I will say about accounts with a lot of power like this is that they can change at 1 KVK. Obviously, they have the troops to change in 1 KVK. They have the marches. Theoretically, I don't see that they change the commanders here often. Why is she Martel Richard? Like, these are KVK 1 commanders. So, I'm curious to see how this does on the field. Maybe it'll do good, maybe it'll do bad, maybe it's piloted, maybe it's not piloted. Who knows? We have E9 here. 80 million power, 2.2 billion kill points. This is what I expected from the previous count. This is very, very good. Good job, E9. Very strong account. Very similar to Autark's score to mine as well. 55 million to 31 million, but this account is pretty much younger than mine. Way younger. So E9 is definitely cooking here. We have Cookies here. 78 million power, 2.2 billion kill points, 184 ID. Very old ID, but the KP is good for the ID. Very, very strong account here. 1 Autark win as well is awesome. 76 million units killed in 1 KVK. Very, very good stuff here. Very, very good stuff. I like what I'm seeing. We have Love Grim here. 72 million power, 616 million kill points, 193 ID. Very, very good here. Good amount of deads as well from Grim here. We have another account that I can't read. We got 70 million power, 400 million kill points, and I would say that's pretty good for the account ID, but I say it's a little bit low for the power. Let's see how many deaths they took. 1.5 million, not that much. So this account could definitely go better in this KVK, or do better in this KVK. Hopefully it will. We got King next, 69 million power, 428 million kill points. Not bad, not bad. We have Love Damon here, 66 million power, 1.3 billion kill points, 4 KVKs participated in. Not bad at all, honestly. I'm pretty impressed with the accounts I've seen so far. Minus this account right here, which I don't think is doing amazing. We have Hallow here, with 66 million power, 646 million kill points. ID is very good. Nice. And for all these accounts, I'm basically just comparing it to my own account and my own account progress. I start off as a very low spender. I only increased to a mid spender recently for this KVK. So I think I'm a pretty good benchmark point for a lot of accounts. Obviously I play this game a lot. I fight on this game a lot. I enjoy this game a lot. So 65 million power, 783 million kill points, 191 ID. So what I was saying was, if I can compare an account to my own ID, my own KP, my own power, then I can get a good benchmark on how someone's doing, because I think I'm doing pretty good. Abu Nai here, 64 million power, 266 million kill points. Definitely low on the KP side here from Abu Nai here. But obviously things can change in one KVK. I'm assuming they got meta marches. They don't have the commanders picked. A lot of people might not know about this, but if you change these, you can change both primary and secondary and add stats to your march. We get Saud and Baibars and Belisarius here. Very weird picks. Those commanders are from KVK 2 and earlier, so hopefully he updates these before KVK starts. That's a lot of stats extra. We have Love Triple here, 63 million power, 638 million kill points, 197 ID, very, very good start. And we're going to scroll past them. If I don't look at your account, I apologize again. We got two more categories to look at. We have R2. We'll look at one account here. We got Crazy here. I'm not super happy with this. 150 million kill points, 50 million power, decently low arc score. I mean, this could be fine for KVK 1 through 3. If this is their first KVK 4, I'll cut them some slack. The deads are really low. Definitely gotta go crazy this KVK, because, hey, you want to upgrade your stats, man. Having 3 times your power and KP is not amazing by KVK 4. You should definitely have maybe 300 million to 400 million by now. But you can change that this KVK. Let's take a look at R1. We have Quella here, 74 million power, 1.6 billion kill points. Is very, very good. Younger account than mine, but if you have a billion kill points, I think you're doing good. I honestly do. We have level 99 here, 73 million power, 300 million kill points, 19 AID. I would say this is a good KP for the power. They haven't played KVK 4 yet. KVK 4 is the KVK with the most fighting. Obviously, they'll get the most KP this KVK. They'll probably at least double their KP. The reason I'm being so lenient on the KP numbers is because a lot of these accounts have not played KVK 4. If you have played KVK 4 before, I'll be a little bit more harsh. But look, 197 ID definitely hasn't played KVK 4 yet. 51 million power. This is very good for having playing KVK 4. The reason I say that is because KVK 1 through 3, you cannot guarantee fights. KVK 4, you're kind of guaranteed a fight, especially if you're fighting us in Fire Camp. We're not going to give up the whole KVK. We're going to fight the whole time. So if the other kingdoms want to get KP, they want to fight, hey, it's going to be there. It's going to be there for them. But that's going to be our last look at Kingdom 3744. Honestly, very strong here. Super strong kingdom. Surprised their KP so low, but I did only look at the best of the best accounts. Their power is also very low. One Alliance Kingdom, main alliance sitting at 5 billion power. So very, very low power. I honestly don't know how they got matched with us, but regardless, we can't change that. They're just gonna have to go crazy this KVK. A lot of the accounts in this kingdom do look very strong and will be impactful on the field. So I hope to see them out there. Let's take a look at the next kingdom, which is 3761. Now 3761 is sitting at 8.7 billion power and 54 billion KP. Ooh, whoa, interesting map. Straight off the bat, don't really know what I'm looking at here. A lot of the territory and these sanctums are not getting used. Even in these altars, and some of these have some pretty nice buffs. 3% troop defense right there. I don't really know why, but maybe they have one of everything on their main alliance and they don't really care. But having multiple alliance shells is pretty important getting into the later and later KVKs, so you can 4-drop and have still good stats when you're in that alliance. But regardless, let's take a look at their main alliance, which is RG61, stands for Rise of Glory. Lower power than 44, even though they have a higher kingdom power. I wonder if this is a 2-alliance kingdom. No. So I wonder where their power is. Really, really curious on where their power is. Maybe this is a different alliance? No, okay. So less than 5 billion main alliance. Very, very strange here. They have a billion more power than the previous kingdom, but less alliance power. They have 109 members in the alliance. All right, started with Bidu the King, 67 million power, 2.9 billion kill points, 194 ID. Very strong player here, okay. We have Mert, 77 million power, 1.1 billion kill points. Very strong account here as well. We have Hermes, 74 million power, 588 million kill points. I would say this KP is a little bit low for the Governor ID. Kind of looking towards getting a billion, but things can change this KVK, obviously. They have played a KVK 4 before, but they will get a lot of fights this KVK, so maybe this will change a lot. We have King Vito here, 70 million power, 1.5 billion KP, 185 ID, similar to mine. Very, very good KP. We have Previous 65 million power, 597 million kill points. I would say the KP is a little bit low, but I would say around like 800 mil will be good for this account ID. Obviously a younger account than mine. We have Ken here, 64 million power, 843 million kill points. I would say this is very good for that account ID. Nice job, Ken. We have Mocha here with 60 million power, 391 million kill points. For that account ID, I would say this is barely acceptable, but honestly, a lot of stuff can change in one KVK. They did crazy last KVK, it shows. That's actually weird. 41 holy T1 kills. Is this guy a farm killer? No wonder the auto looks like that. I was like, that KP does not look great for this auto score. That's a lot of T1 kills. Well, we'll see what happens this KVK from Mocha. We have Captain Squanch here with 50 million power, 518 million kill points, and 1 auto win. I remember this is one of the guys that was talking in Lost Kingdom chat, complaining that the KVK is over and that the matchmaking was awful, which I do agree with, but obviously we're at a big disadvantage doing a 1v3, and anyone who has played a 1v3 knows that how big of a disadvantage we're at. Squanch here does not realize that we actually probably have less chance at winning than the 3 camps. So, hey, we're gonna have to go crazy this KVK, and if people are scared of us, that is a good thing for us. They won't show up to fight. We have Random here, 50 million power, 653 million kill points, 198 ID. Very, very good KP for the power. We have Kiss here, 41 million power, 254 million kill points. I would say it's a little bit low KP for the power. 4 KVKs participated in. But honestly, the deaths count looked pretty good for that last KVK, or their highest autark. So not bad. Hopefully this account can go crazy this KVK. Obviously it'll be harder for 40 million power to make as much impact as someone who has 60 million. But we'll see. We have MD here, 41 million power, 457 million kill points. I would say that is very good kill points. We have a Desi here, 37 million power, 149 million kill points. I would say this is actually pretty good kill points for their power. They are a super young account, 198 ID, and they are not T5, they're full T4. I would actually say this is decent kill points. Obviously, I would like it to be a little bit higher, maybe like 300 mil, but not bad at all. We have Zogar here, 36 million power, 111 million kill points. Again, the kill points are a little bit low, but honestly, not too bad for a T4 player. Obviously, not everyone has the money to spend a ton of money on this game. Hey, I respect all the free-to-plays. I'm assuming this is a free-to-play account. We'll see what they can do this KVK. Obviously, it's going to be tough for them to trade good against Fire Camp this KVK, but who knows? Honestly, if these accounts have QSH, they can run T4 QSH and do great. You guys saw me run it last KVK. Even in losing ball fights, I was doing pretty good with T4 QSH. Moving on to the R3, we have Soba here. Soba has 75 million power, 212 million kill points. It does look a little bit low. For this power, I would actually be expecting 400 to 500 million kill points. Yeah, definitely low auto score and low deads. I mean, it's kind of rough to say, but this is definitely lower than I expected for this 75 million power account. We'll see what happens this KVK, of course. With Emperor here, 74 million power, 1.5 billion kill points. There you go. This is a very strong account. Looking good, looking good. And I do want to say that for accounts like this that have the power and probably commanders to do good, obviously I don't actually see the commanders on their commander tab, but probably have the power and commanders to do good in battle. They just don't have the time. These accounts KP can change a lot. There's a lot of accounts in Water Camp last KVK that looked exactly like this, but gained close to 1 billion kill points in this one KVK, which is a lot of KP. For you guys that don't know, that is a lot of KP. So we'll see what happens. We have Murmur here. I remember Murmur from last KVK. I think he was in my last KVK. 73 million power, 493 million kill points. I don't know, I recognize that name. We got Murmur though. Agony Prime, 69 billion power, 1.1 billion kill points. Look at that account ID. This is pretty much the exact same account ID as mine. I wonder if he was in my KVK 1. I was in 3585. If you're watching this, Agony, were you in my KVK 1? 3585, 3586, 3587, and 3588. Let me know. We have Russ here, 68 million power, 135 million kill points. Definitely low for the power. I mean, he's not a farm killer, so I guess we'll see how much this changes. This KVK definitely has the power, very similar to power to me. Definitely has the power to make a change. This KVK, if he has QSH, he's going to cook. Obviously, weird commanders here. We have the Gathering Speed Thutmos, Troop Health Seonduk, Troop Attack. I don't even remember what this guy's name is. Definitely need to mix up this. This looks really wrong. We have Artem here, 68 million power, 388 million kill points. I would say this is very good. I put my cutoff at like 400, 500 mil. but not bad. Obviously, he did play one KVK4, so he could be looking at close to 1 billion by now, but looks like the KVK4 didn't have as much fighting as I would expect a KVK4 to have. We have Slayer here, 67 million power, 905 million kill points, very, very good stuff, 194 ID. Yep, this is nice. This is nice. We have Arwana here, 66 million power, 884 million kill points, 192 ID. Not bad at all. We have a Lucky Dude, 65 million power, 944 million kill points, 189 ID. Very, very good. Hey, I said under 190, close to 1 billion. Boom, close to 1 billion. Good job, bro. We have some, I believe this is Chinese characters. We have 63 million power, almost 1 billion KP. Very, very good, 187 ID. A little bit younger account than mine, not bad. And we'll look at these two accounts and then we'll skip down to the last tier. We have 10 Chanbo. I don't know if I said that correctly, but 60 million power, 765 million kill points. I would expect to be close to 1 billion, but honestly not terrible. And we got Jinwoo, 60 million power, 741. Oh, this is a sleeper count. Okay, another low KP sleeper count. It looks like it does have at least one meta march. Where we have Seekera up here. I don't know if this is a rally or a garrison. There's Attila, there's Huo, there's Bai Chi. Definitely interesting commander picks. Very low KP. Let's check the highest power. 74 million highest power, 18 million deads. I'm kind of iffy on seeing how this account will do. I mean, obviously sleeper accounts could go crazy. The KP of a sleeper account doesn't actually equate to the power it has on the field. This account probably has 3 marches because of how old it is. 3 or 4 marches at least. Even with low KP, it can gain a lot. Alright, let's take a look at the R1s and R2s. Okay, so I won't be checking any of those accounts out, but we'll look at the top like 4 or 5 accounts here. We have FR here, 60 million power, 652 million kill points, 195 ID almost, very, very good. We have Swag, 60 million power, 1.3 billion kill points, 191 ID, very, very solid. If you have 1 billion KP in KVK4, you're doing great. You're doing great. We have Diet here, 59 million power, almost 1 billion KP. Hey, you're doing great. You're doing great. And that even includes old sleeper accounts if you have 1 billion power. Like, honestly, your stats don't matter in this game. It all comes down to KVK performance, which does reflect on your stats, but current stats don't dictate future KVK performances. You know what I mean? So stats are a good representation of how strong you are. That is until, you know, you actually fight. So we have F-Man here, 52 million power, 690 million kill points, 189 ID. Honestly, I would expect the count in 189 to be close to 800 million by now, but this is not bad. Only 100 million off what my expectations would be. And we have Turbo, 50 million power, 264, as I said, 189, close to 80 million. So this is like 4 times less KP than I expected, but 50 million power is not crazy, so I actually maybe drop this down to 600 million. So honestly, keep it up. Let's see how you do this KVK Turbo. And that is it for this kingdom. I'm sorry if I missed your count. Obviously, I'm looking at a lot of kingdoms here. I can't look at every single count. We'll take a look at the last kingdom here though. We have 37, 46, 8 billion power, and 47 billion KP. Alright, 37, 46. Last but not least, 8 billion power, 47 billion kill points, and let's take a look. We have a Glory in Ashes, 5 billion power main alliance, which is very, very good. Definitely a little bit higher than the last 2 kingdoms we looked at. With their king, Tushin, 50 million power, 223 million kill points, 197 ID. I would say this is a little bit low for my expectations of a 197 ID with 50 million power. Now, they may have just recently reached T5, which would make it a little bit better, but I would expect 197 to be like 300 to 400. Like, you should be like entering KVK at 300 to 400 mil for your first KVK. Obviously, this guy is a native. 3 KVKs participated in, but I would still say 300 to 400 mil, even as a T4. I mean, I ended KVK 2 with roughly 400 mil before I migrated back to play KVK 2 again, and in my second KVK 2, I gained like maybe 10 mil. So I got no fighting in my second KVK 2, but my first KVK 2, I got a ton. We have Dopey here, 79 million power, 1.8 billion kill points. Very, very strong count. 187 ID, nice. We have Feng here. I would say that's how you pronounce it. 74 million power, 1 billion kill points, 186 ID, similar to mine. Nice. We have Koa here, 68 million power, 857 million kill points. I would say this is great for a 190 ID. We have Minu here, 63 million power, 2.6 billion kill points. Very, very good 190 ID. We have Fallen here, 54 million power, 486 million kill points. I would say this is good KP for the ID. I will. We have Withless, 52 million power, 200 million kill points. I would say is a little bit low for the ID. Should be nearing in on 400 mil minimum. But obviously things can change this KVK. They'll have a lot of fighting to do. And hey, a lot of KP to get. We have Calypso, 52 million power, 210 million. 52 million power, 210 million kill points. Again, I would say it's a little bit low for their account ID and stats and KVK, but honestly, not too bad. I'll cut them some slack because they're 52 million power. They must have recently hit T5 within the last couple KVKs, the last 2 KVKs, so not bad. We have Ninja here, 50 million power, 633 million kill points. This is very good for the account age. Let's go. We have Twiddle Lee, 32 million power, 110 million kill points. Obviously KP is lower, but their power is lower as well. I would honestly say maybe like 200 to 300 mil would be perfect. Not bad though. Honestly, not that far off, and maybe this will change this KVK. Obviously, as I said before, it's gonna be harder for a 30 mil account to fight on the field against Fire Camp this KVK. But there's a lot of, obviously Tweedledee is in leadership. There's a lot of stuff in leadership you could do, and hey, even filling rallies and garrisons helps a lot. So hey, we'll see what happens. And then they have their bot. Nice. Okay, moving on to R3, we have Aziz here. 72 million power, 590 million kill points. Not bad actually. I would say there's a very good KP for the ID with M8 tier, mate. 70 million power, 187 million kill points. Definitely on the lower side, but stuff can change this KVK of course. We have Pato here, 70 million power, 681 million kill points, 193 ID, very, very good. We have a Tio, 66 million power, 648 million kill points, 190 ID. I would say this is close to being on the lower side, but I would say this is still very good for the account age. Obviously this KVK, hopefully they hit 1 billion kill points. We'll see what happens. We have F Zenith here, 66 million power, 849 million kill points from 190 ID. Not bad, very, very good. We have RK here, 65 million power, 947 million kill points, 186. So 186 ID, I would say close to a billion. Not bad, almost a billion. So very, very good here. We have Osea, 65 million power, 195 million kill points. I would say this is slightly on the lower side for KP. You want to be a little bit higher than this. But hopefully that changes this KVK while they're fighting us. I mean, they'll have no shortage of fighting. I'm sure that Fire Camp will show up to every single fight. We have Zeus here, 63 million power, 1.3 billion kill points, 186 ID, very, very good. Let's go Zeus. We have Capybara here, 62 million power, 561 million kill points for 186 ID. I would say this is on the lower side, should be close to a billion. This means you played probably 7 KVKs at this point, unless you took a break, but probably 7 KVKs. So, or 6. So, definitely should be looking at a little bit higher than this. We have Yago here, 62 million power, 757 million kill points, 186 ID. As I said before, close to a billion would have been perfect. I mean, things can change in 1 KVK, so I'm not going to be too pressed about it. I honestly am just looking at the stats for fun. I know that stats don't matter. From my previous KVKs, stats really don't matter. So we'll see what happens in the field fighting, which truly matters. We have another player here with 62 million power and 649 million kill points, 188 ID. I would say you should be closer to 800 million kill points by now. Honestly, not terrible. And hey, we'll see what happens this KVK. We have VN here, 61 million power, almost a billion kill points with 191 ID. Very, very good there. We have Bonnie here, 60 million power, almost 600 million kill points, 186 ID. Definitely on the lower side, for sure. But, as I said before, it is an opportunity for things to change, and we'll see what happens. And let's take a look at the R2 and R1s. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's any huge accounts in the R2 and R1s. I'll take a look at Bigger Red, and that's about it. 50 million power, 68 million kill points, very low KP for the power. I think you're gonna have to improve a lot this KVK. But, hey, KVK is the opportunity to improve. Young account, you got a lot of time to improve. You might migrate back and play KVKs again. Who knows? That is 3746. And the last kingdom in Water Camp. Water Camp in total has 34 billion power and 220 billion kill points. They have the lowest stats in both categories. But as you guys saw, they have a lot of strong accounts. And they will have a decent sized ball if everyone shows up on time and everyone fights. I do think they could put up a decent fight. I do need to look at the kingdoms in Fire Camp and how many strong accounts we have there. Because looking at our main kingdom, we have roughly 150 to 160 main accounts. So these are accounts that are going to be on field, rally, and garrison. Then I know we also have some farm fillers. We have maybe a couple of those. But that's about it for 43. So 150 to 160 main accounts. If these enemy kingdoms could put up more than 160 players on the field at one time, they would actually do decent against us. Now, obviously, our accounts are a little bit stronger as one of the best kingdoms in this bracket, or probably one of the strongest KVK4 kingdoms of all time. I'm going to go ahead and say that in the new age, before you can migrate back. Looking at that, I'm going to assume that we have more marches than them. So if they could put up maybe like 300 players on the field, we would have a pretty even fight without knowing what other fire camp kingdoms have. So that's a little bit of stats for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Honestly, water camp surprised me. A lot of strong accounts here, especially for the account age. My account's a lot older, so I can't really compare my account too fairly with these accounts. I have a lot of KP from playing on multiple KVKs. But yeah, a lot of strong accounts. I really don't know what water camp is so scared of. They do have enough campus or enough kingdoms for a good field. Anyways, I guess we'll see what happens when Zone 5 starts. I'll definitely be live streaming everything. And if you're from water camp, drop a comment down below. Hey, I'm sorry if I missed your account. And hey, I'll see you guys on the field. Peace!